NBA Rivals Week is actually a cool concept, but it would be better if they could just flex games. I understand a lot of these are historic rivalries, or they're rivalries from the last 2 years, but let's be honest, nobody wants to watch Brooklyn. Embiid hasn't played in Denver since 2019. At this point, Jimmy Butler does not care about the Miami Heat, and I know he doesn't care about this rivalry. Pelicans just kind of suck when Zion and Brandon Ingram and all of their players don't play. I would replace this game with Houston. I understand this one. I mean, it's not the same as 2 years ago, but it's still really good basketball every time these two teams play. Lakers and Warriors, always pretty solid. Rematch of the NBA Finals, pretty decent, except for Luka hasn't played in a while and won't play in this game. This will most likely be a pretty solid game, except for the fact that they got rid of Cat, man. If Cat was still there, this would be an even better rivalry. But hear me out. If the NBA could flex games, you could force narratives and push rivalries from this season. For example, instead of having this matchup a week later after their first super hyped up matchup, you put this matchup during rivalry week and you force this rivalry. It drives a narrative and the views will go off the charts. This one's already a huge rivalry and you have the Thompson twins. I know they just played on MLK Day, but this would be a great matchup. Two young teams with young stars. Twins play on opposite teams, the number 1 pick and the number 2 pick. Kate literally just talked about this rivalry or this matchup yesterday on Inside the NBA on live TV. This is a thing. The NBA could totally force this. All I'm saying is this is a good idea, except if you forced the narratives and the rivalries from this season specifically, you'd probably get a lot better viewership and better games. Instead of playing on rivalries from 2 or 3 years ago or historic rivalries, which I mean, this one makes sense, but still. But it also just comes down to the fact that the NBA changes so much more than it used to. Stars are constantly bouncing teams. Teams are changing like crazy. You don't really get the impact and the feeling from 2 or 3 years ago because of the fact the NBA changes so much on a year-to-year, even day-to-day basis, honestly.